Hi, you're watching NewsX and SportsX. I'm Siddharth, and with me is my colleague Vineet. Now, the Indian cricket coach Ravi Shastri has spoken out on Dhoni, and these are his exact words. He said, "The people who are doubting Dhoni, they don't know how to tie their shoelaces." A very, very harsh statement coming in there for Ravi Shastri, but the generic message is that it's time to move on, not talk about Dhoni. Let him decide what he wants to do, and if there's any doubt on his future, it's straight down disrespectful. Well, Vineet, how do you read Shastri's message?
Well, he doesn't really know how to be diplomatic now, does he?
Right.
He's in fact this cannot also be constituted as calling a spade a spade. Actually, the fact of the matter is that we'll talk about Ravi Shastri and his candor a little later. But what he's saying that a lot of people have been asking for Dhoni's head on a platter. That's not what literally I'm trying to say. That means they want Dhoni to retire so that guys like Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant can in fact have a free go ahead in the Indian team without having that Damocles sword, Siddharth, hanging over their head all the time. But you see, when it comes to Dhoni, any number of argument is going to fall short for his inclusion, because he may have suffered very recently, Siddharth, in terms of his batting, his finishing prowess and skill. But let's not forget that he's the best wicketkeeper by far, not only in India but the world as well. We've all seen his timing. We all have seen his reaction time to the ball. So if it comes to getting selected in the Indian team only on the strength of his wicket-keeping skills, Siddharth, which has become a very wanted virtue in IPL and T20 and to some extent the 50-over game as well, Dhoni can still make it back into the team. But like a lot of Australians have set a precedence in the past where they have retired before the selectors decided to oust them. A few people have wanted Dhoni to in fact throw in the towel and hang up his boots, because it would be graceful of Dhoni to retire if it comes on his own rather than being dropped from the side, from the side, or not being a part of certain tournaments. As for Ravi Shastri, I think he always puts his foot in his mouth. That is something even Ganguly reacted to a few days back. Ganguly, in fact, Siddharth was at a press conference and a reporter asked Saurav Ganguly that, have you heard what Ravi Shastri just said? And then Ganguly retorted by saying, what's he done now? So that is the kind of a reaction when people have when Ravi Shastri in fact talks about anything, be it Dhoni. So, but the fact of the matter is that he is the coach of the Indian team, and the Indian team has considerably done well under Ravi Shastri's coaching and guidance. But as Saurav Ganguly has also hinted, after he retires or his tenure is over next year, there's going to be a replacement for Ravi Shastri. Saurav Ganguly initially wanted Anil Kumble to be a part of the Indian team, but Saurav Ganguly is going to be the man who's going to talk to Dhoni and figure out what his future is going to be, no matter what Ravi Shastri says, no matter what Virat Kohli says.
Right. But in these messages, one that came today from Ravi Shastri, the second one from MSK Prasad, do you feel that these statements, in a way, they are a message being sent to your Wriddhiman Sahas, Rishabh Pants? Because today also Shastri said that he was very happy with the way Saha kept against South Africa.
Absolutely.
So more than talking about Dhoni, yes, they're saying that let's not keep talking about Dhoni, keep speculating. Let's focus on what we have. So is this a message for Rishabh Pant and Saha? A message that says, yes, the Indian Cricket Board, the selectors, the coach, they back you as a player.
Absolutely. In fact, that's a very pertinent point that you've made, Siddharth. First of all, just imagine a scenario when Dhoni is not up for selection. Who's the senior most? It's of course Saha. Who's the most talented and who's in fact produced the maximum number of results for the Indian team? It's of course Saha. Who's been a disappointment? It's been Rishabh Pant. Who's not produced any result with the bat? Who's been chided by the coach and the captain alike? Rishabh Pant. So in a scenario like this, you're absolutely right. This does in fact translate into a message which is being sent to Rishabh Pant that look, if you're not going to perform, there is not going to be any Dhoni. But still, the pressure will be on you, because there's somebody who's waiting in the wings, to take over your place, because there's always somebody who can do your job better than you. So it's time you pull up your socks. India is going to be playing a lot of cricket next year. There's the T20 World Cup that's also going to happen. Rishabh Pant, by the way things have gone so far, if he doesn't perform, Siddharth, in fact, I'm ready to bet some money on it as well. If he doesn't perform in the next 5 to 7 matches, that there is a possibility his career is going to be over.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the speculation around Dhoni's future, that's always going to be a talking point. the coach, the selectors, with one single message. Ravi Shastri giving the harshest of them that stop talking about Dhoni. We have many other players that you can base your talking points on.
Look to the future.
Yeah, look to the future. But I don't think this talking point is gonna be rested for now, because there's so much more to that's
Makes
gonna
for a
be
good
happening.
debate, no?
Absolutely. But it's time, I think, we find other talking points too. Thanks for watching SportsX and NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.